Alright man, so we're back with another video, and this one's going to be a little bit different because we're actually talking about two games in one video. I thought about maybe separating it into two, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it in one so I can just give you all the information, man. So let me know in the comments how you actually like this format of the video. But today we're talking about Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and also Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. There was no trailers or anything like that released, but it's mainly just news, so that's why we wanted to just talk about it, man. But today's anime question is going to be, what new maps do you want for both of these games? For Bleach Rebirth of Souls and also Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. Technically, for Bleach Rebirth of Souls, it's not a new map because the game is still getting news, so I guess what map do you want in the game? And for Jujutsu Kaisen, you know, what map do you want to see in the future, man? But if there's anything you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things. And if you want to see more anime game content, make sure to join the Discord pinned in the description. But let's go ahead and hop straight into this video. Okay, so we talk about the news, man. We're going to come over here to X, man. And first thing we got to see, man, big shout out to the man Mobile Sweet Rock, man. He's the one that puts out this information, and I think he actually checked like one of the Japanese newsletters. But the first news we got to talk about is Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and they're going to be adding Nelliel. That is right. Nelliel will be coming. And it's basically saying here, this is a Mobile Sweet. This is his website, but we can actually see on the X for the actual Japanese newspaper, I believe, Ryokuta 837. Basically, this is saying right here that Nelliel is going to be joining Bleach Rebirth of Souls. And then we can actually even see it here on their website. And it says right here, Nelliel is going to be joining Rebirth of Souls. So I'm very excited to see this, and it's very interesting. I'm guessing they're going to probably already have her in her normal, you know, her normal Espada form, because you know that Nelliel was actually a formal Espada. So we're not going to have her in a little kid form. I don't think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see her in her actual fighting form. And I looked at some things about Nelliel. Basically, I think with this character, one of her key moves, let me see if I can find it here. These little websites are always perfect to go to, man. It gets you your refreshers if you're forgetting things. But one of the key things that you need to know with her is that one of her special abilities is that whenever she has a Seto shot at her, she can actually reflect it back. So I'm curious how this is actually going to work with different spiritual pressure moves in this game. If she's going to have a type of reflect ability that allows her to reflect spiritual pressure moves, even though we only know that it's technically for Setos. But it says right here, Nelliel's specialty is to absorb an incoming Seto and fire one with her own while returning it, thus creating a potent Seto double. In her true form, the force of the Seto double is augmented greatly. So we don't know if this is going to work for all types of moves, but I'm definitely expected to see a pretty fast character that can move around a lot of well. But that's all we got for Nelliel and for Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and this trailer should be releasing on Monday. Since they skipped this past week for Death Note Killer Within, we will be getting a new Bleach trailer this next week. And also, it seems like Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I keep saying this, they're going to be at Jump Festa, so you can maybe be expecting to get a longer trailer, hopefully that has more characters, especially if we're wanting this roster to be bigger, since we know that this game is going to be releasing in the early quarter of next year. So we move over to the next news. It's going to be for Jujutsu Kaisen. That is right, man. Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash has finally announced that the Shibuya DLC will be coming, and this is a lot sooner than what I thought it's going to be coming. It's going to be coming November 21st, and we're going to be getting Naobito Zenin, Mei, and also Choso. So I think Choso is pretty predictable, and Naobito was a little bit of a toss-up for me, and I wasn't sure if we were going to get Mei, but they did. I mean, it makes sense because she is a key character from this arc. The price is a little bit expensive, man. It's going to be between $24.99 and $29.99, so hopefully they're throwing in, you know, some maps, and we definitely need a new game mode to pump some more life into this game, because just adding new characters isn't going to be enough, even though 3 characters is a pretty good thing. But yeah, this is going to be the Shibuya Incident, and they'll probably be changing the main lobby that you wait for stuff in to actually being able to fight in the lobby. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a new map, and we saw this on X, so you can actually see on the X right here. This is the website. It says this right here, Sengaku Soden. This is the Shibuya Incident arc, and we can also see it here on their website. It says picture drama added scenario, costumes, and more customization items. And it says right here it's a little pricey, but it also says the picture drama is going to be fully voiced, so hopefully we actually get some animations. It definitely would very much suck, since we know that what characters are getting announced. This is only 3, and I was expecting this pack to be a decent amount bigger, especially considering that we don't really have much more Jujutsu Kaisen content that they can cover right now without, you know, going into manga stuff, since we do know that the next arc is going to be the Culling games, but this is probably not going to be releasing as far as anime wise until maybe next summer at the earliest. So I'm thinking that they're maybe going to do 2 Shibuya Incident packs. Maybe this first one they can have the characters that they have, which is Momo, Choso, and Mei, and I don't see how they tell the story of the Shibuya arc without having Mahoraga in there. So maybe the second pack can maybe have Mahoraga or some other characters that we haven't even got, like Haruka and things like that. But let me know in the comments if you think that the Shibuya pack is going to be split into 2 parts. The volume 1 that we're getting now, and then maybe another one later on, maybe in like February or March. But this is coming along lot earlier than what I thought, considering that we don't have any new Jujutsu Kaisen content coming currently until the season 3 gets announced. But when we look at some things like with Mei, main thing that I'm expecting with her, one of her key things is her black bird manipulation, which she can use her birds to actually be able to do reconnaissance for her and look for things, but also she can do a binding vow on her birds to basically increase the strength of them and basically make it a crazy force where she's basically attacking from a distance. So I'm very interested how they're going to use this character, because we know that she also has a big axe, so she maybe could do a little bit of both. I think maybe she might be very close to how Nobara plays, a little bit different, where, you know, she has 2 moves that are close range melee strikes, but also has some moves for some distance. And it's going to be pretty cool if you can use these crows from like a homing distance, where you can maybe send them out and maybe it increases your range for certain moves. I really don't know how they're going to do Mei, but I'm thinking this character is going to be pretty crazy and amazing. I'm excited, and I don't know if they're going to find a way to implement Ui. I think maybe they didn't say anything on this thingy about him actually being part of the pack, so I'm curious if he might just be in some animations or if he's going to be his own character altogether. But I don't think we just saw a whole lot from the Shibuya Incident, so maybe he'll just be in a cutscene. We're not really going to talk about Choso. If you want to hear about Choso, you can actually go look at my Choso DLC concept. I made one actually like I think a month ago, a few weeks ago. You can go look at that. I did a full DLC concept for Choso. Now Bito, I think this character is going to be extremely fast, and he's actually, you know, known to be like one of the fastest characters besides Gojo, and of course we know Jogo. But his key ability, man, basically, it's a little bit hard to, like, you know, understand fully, but basically he cuts 1 second into 24 frames, and basically he can move around in these he can move like 24 paces within that 1 second thing. Like, then depending on what his vision is, what his sight is, he can move around within 1 second. Basically, it's like he's slowing down time. And anybody that he's coming into contact with has to also follow these rules. I really do not know how they're going to make this work. Maybe it works in a way of like a simple domain a little bit, where like, it's not actually a simple domain, but maybe it acts like it, where if they come into a certain area, they're going to be slowed down a little bit, and you move a little bit faster to actually have, you know, the advantage, but maybe this constantly drains your cursed technique gauge. And then he also has another interesting move, which is the Falling Blossom emotion, and this basically is like a simple domain where he's able to counteract somebody else's domain. He basically just coats his body in cursed energy, which protects him from other people's domains and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if this is just going to be a counter move to pretty much a lot of cursed techniques in this game. But that is basically the news that we have for both of the games today, man. Like I said, Jujutsu Kaisen is getting the Shibuya DLC pack November 21st, and we'll also be getting a Nelliel trailer for Bleach Rebirth of Souls this next following Monday, man. But let me know how you actually felt about the format of this video and me having this all together, you know, just to give y'all all the news. And let me know if y'all actually like to see me do this a little bit more, especially when we have a lot of anime games just throwing news at once. If you'd like me just to cover it all, so I can just give y'all all the details. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, man. And I hope to see y'all in the next video, man. We up.